Hi there. Moving on to the next one, I'm going to do as if I think some slabs of rock, a landmass, rock face, that sort of thing. A lot of dry brush. So I'm scumbling the brush down across the paper as if there's as if the side of a mountain or shale or something coming down there. Let's put something in the distance. Using a bit of cobalt blue into that. This is everything I'm doing here is on dry paper because I don't want the drying time. It's quite important. So just a suggestion, can put something back in there later on. So that's just a suggestion of shale, the direction of light coming down that way. So let's change that one and then put something more in the foreground. I'm using a touch of neutral tint into a brown. Now I'm going to put something here in the foreground. Let's bring this. Now this shape, that then pulls away from the background shape that I put on a second ago. Bit of brown into that, I think. I'm making all this up. I'm not using a reference, I'm just making this up. Let's put something else in that side. I'm making it up because that way it gives me the freedom of letting something develop on the board almost. Right, so I'm using my knife now to using the mark track or something coming around there. Let's bring. Then we can take the viewer on a journey. Let's put this one, bring this down here. Moving wet pigment with your brush and then with a knife gives a texture to something. This dark shape then works nicely against that lighter shape back there, taking the viewer on a journey into the exercise. And with this here, just pulling the end of the knife through the wet colour on end. And that's pulled away from what's going on back there. It's crying out for some small little figures back in that sort of area here, as if they're walking on a path. We're in the fells or something. Let's put this sort of thing is where I used to live in the Lake District. That sort of subject. When we used to walk up higher up into the fells. Maybe that's a bit of snow or something. No, it doesn't work with snow, does it? There's a bit of a shale. Let's take that back a little bit. Don't want quite so much white in that. It's experimentation. This is all about experimentation. Now, because this background one is nearly dry, let's put something back in there. So you can see now that we're on a journey, coming out of the fells. You've been on a walk or something, coming back up into that area. Just takes your eye through. And some little touches of pure colour. Because I'm using some red, as if they're walkers. Could be the rescue services coming back from looking for people. Just the red is a lovely complementary to the green. Maybe a blue or something in there, or an orange. Using Indian yellow. Crowd of walkers that are coming back, rescue services, anything like that is applicable to this sort of situation. Again, I'm not lingering. It's an exercise that's taken 5 minutes. Anyway, there's another one. The whole principle of all of these, look, we've got, that's 15 minutes work. So, and this is where you fine tune your skills. You learn about your pigment levels. You learn how to make things work. We'll move on to the next one in a minute. We've got one more small one, and then we've got some bigger ones. Bye-bye.